What if I told you that in the next few minutes you're going to discover something that will completely change how you think about aging and vitality? Right now, millions of men over 50 are walking around believing a lie. That feeling weak, tired, and less confident is just part of getting older. They've resigned themselves to a half-life, thinking their best days are behind them. But what if I told you that's complete nonsense? Here's the shocking truth the medical industry doesn't want you to know. There's a simple drink, something you can buy at any grocery store for under $5, that can literally force your blood vessels to expand up to 200% wider within just 1 hour. No prescriptions, no side effects, no expensive treatments. Just one ordinary beverage that triggers a biological response so powerful, it can restore the strength and confidence you had decades ago. Men in their 60s and 70s are using this right now to completely transform how they feel and perform. In my study compiled from the research of certified urologists, I've seen thousands of men reclaim their vitality using this exact method. But here's what's going to blow your mind. This isn't about some exotic superfood or rare ingredient. This drink is sitting on a shelf in your local store right now, and you've probably walked past it 100 times without knowing its incredible power. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about aging. And the most mind-blowing part? I'm saving that for the very end. In your youth, your blood vessels were broad, supple, and vibrant. Blood flowed through them like liquid streaming through a fresh garden hose. However, as time goes by, tension, sugar intake, poor sleep habits, and prolonged sitting begin to harm the walls of these vessels, particularly the endothelium. This inner layer manages one vital signal: nitric oxide. Nitric oxide functions like a control mechanism. When activated, your blood vessels expand. When deactivated, they contract, limiting blood circulation throughout your body, especially to crucial areas. This explains why many men experience declining firmness, slower recovery times, and reduced energy levels. The issue isn't solely hormonal, it's about blood flow. Picture attempting to irrigate your garden using a twisted, blocked hose. Regardless of how powerful the water pressure might be, nothing gets through. Your body operates similarly. Without open pathways, blood cannot reach the muscles, nerves, and tissues responsible for peak performance. Here's the remarkable news. Your body possesses the ability to heal this damage. You can actually retrain your blood vessels to expand once more and saturate your body with vitality. This process begins with your beverage choices, as specific natural elements stimulate nitric oxide creation and encourage these vessels to relax in a natural, safe, and rapid manner. Throughout this video, I'll share 4 potent beverages capable of achieving precisely that. These drinks restore blood flow, enhance oxygen delivery, and revive the performance you believed was lost forever. However, one of these options is remarkably effective. The information in this video is for educational purposes only, compiled from open sources, and does not substitute medical advice. Please consult your doctor for any health-related concerns.
What I'm about to share catches almost everyone off guard. Watermelon. Most guys see it as nothing more than a picnic staple, juicy, cooling, and unremarkable. But packed inside that crimson flesh, and especially within the pale outer layer, lives a circulation compound that rivals anything you'd find in a bottle. Its name is citrulline. Here's how it works. Once watermelon juice enters your system, citrulline transforms into an amino acid called arginine. From there, arginine becomes nitric oxide. That's the same blood vessel expanding molecule responsible for stronger circulation and lasting performance. Now pay attention to this part. If you consume arginine supplements on their own, your stomach destroys the majority before it ever hits your bloodstream. Citrulline is different. It slips right past your digestive barriers. Your kidneys handle the conversion, and then your body gets flooded with arginine that's ready to work. Pure fuel for nitric oxide production. What this means is simple. Watermelon juice outperforms most commercial supplements when it comes to boosting nitric oxide naturally. Research backs this up. Men who drank watermelon juice every day saw measurable improvements in blood flow and firmness in as little as 14 days. So, how do you prepare it? Take 3 to 4 cups of fresh watermelon chunks. Don't skip the white part near the rind. That's your citrulline goldmine. Blend it all together until you have roughly 16 ounces of liquid. Drink it anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes before you need peak performance. It's naturally sweet, deeply hydrating, and pairs perfectly with beetroot or pomegranate juice. Here's why this matters. Beetroot generates nitric oxide. Pomegranate defends it. And watermelon fuels your body to produce even more of it. Beverages that revive blood flow, enhance oxygen delivery, and restore the vitality you believed was lost forever. However, one stands out for its remarkable potency. This drink can widen your blood vessels by more than 200% in under 60 minutes. That's exactly where we'll begin. The top nitric oxide champion you can consume before intimate moments. Here it is, the beverage that drug manufacturers rarely mention because it's incredibly effective and completely organic. Beetroot juice. It's not rare, it's not costly, yet it ranks among the most effective methods to enhance circulation and vitality, particularly for men beyond age 50. Here's the reason. Beetroot contains abundant natural nitrates. Upon consumption, these nitrates move through your digestive tract into your blood and convert to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide serves as the signal that instructs your arteries to loosen and widen. As levels increase, your blood vessels stretch like balloons being inflated. This widening delivers additional oxygen, nutrients, and blood to every body part requiring it, including those crucial for intimacy and endurance. Research demonstrates that beetroot juice can enhance blood circulation by as much as 200% within 60 minutes. This isn't marketing talk, this is science. As nitric oxide increases, the smooth muscle tissue in your vessel walls becomes relaxed. Your blood flow gets better, your strength improves, and your self-assurance comes back. The crucial point is that timing and quantity are important. Consume approximately 8 to 16 ounces. That equals 250 to 500 milliliters of pure beetroot juice, roughly 60 minutes before engaging in activity. This represents the time frame when nitric oxide reaches its highest concentration in your circulation. You can prepare it fresh using a juicer or purchase pure unsweetened beetroot juice from most retailers. Simply stay away from mixtures containing added sugar. Sugar destroys the cardiovascular advantages. If the natural earthy flavor isn't appealing, blend it with a small amount of apple or ginger juice. Maintain at least 75% beetroot content to preserve its effectiveness. Some men report sensing a warm sensation flowing through their bodies around 45 minutes after consumption. That represents circulation becoming active. And that's just the start. Because once nitric oxide starts flowing, you can protect it, extend it, and make it last longer. How? By pairing beetroot juice with a second powerful drink that keeps nitric oxide alive inside your bloodstream. And that's what we'll talk about next. Time to introduce you to a ruby-colored drink that's been treasured since ancient times. Persian healers called it the elixir of vitality. We're talking about pomegranate juice. Men across centuries have turned to this fruit to restore their energy, enhance their fertility, and reclaim their vigor. Modern research is now catching up to what the ancients already knew. Every sip of pomegranate juice delivers potent plant molecules called polyphenols. One stands out above the rest, punicalagin. Here's how to think about it. Punicalagin acts like armor for your body. Once you drink pomegranate juice, these protective compounds flood your system. Their mission? To safeguard nitric oxide, that critical molecule your body creates when you drink beetroot juice. Here's the problem. Nitric oxide doesn't last long. The moment harmful free radicals or inflammation appear, nitric oxide gets destroyed. That's the exact moment pomegranate becomes your ally. It neutralizes those damaging molecules, allowing your nitric oxide to survive and work effectively for much longer. Picture it this way. Beetroot unlocks your blood vessels. Pomegranate stands guard to keep them open. What you get is steady circulation, improved blood flow, and performance that doesn't fade quickly. Research tracked a group of men who consumed 1 glass of unsweetened pomegranate juice every day for a month. Nearly 50% experienced a return to performance levels they thought were gone for good. Many also described a surge in their self-assurance. For maximum impact, drink 8 to 10 ounces of pure sugar-free pomegranate juice roughly 60 minutes before you need it. Want an extra edge? Make it a daily habit. When you drink it consistently, especially in the morning, you're teaching your circulatory system to function better naturally. Your arteries become more flexible, more responsive, and more reliable. But here's where it gets even better. What if you could drink something that doesn't just preserve nitric oxide, but actually helps your body generate even more of it? 3 natural powerhouses that work in perfect harmony to revive your circulation. When you blend them correctly, the results are remarkable. I call this the triple nitric oxide booster. Let me walk you through it now. Listen up, gentlemen. This is the moment where it all clicks into place. You now understand how beetroot juice expands your arteries, how pomegranate juice safeguards nitric oxide, and how watermelon juice amplifies your body's production of it. Now picture this. What if you merged all 3 into one drink? That's the triple nitric oxide booster. It's straightforward, completely natural, and one of the most effective vascular formulas you can consume. Here's your recipe. Grab a large glass or blender bottle, pour in 8 ounces of beetroot juice, 6 ounces of watermelon juice, and 4 ounces of pomegranate juice. That's an 18-ounce elixir that triggers 3 separate mechanisms for circulation, endurance, and vitality. Beetroot kicks things off by flooding your system with nitrates. Watermelon delivers citrulline, which converts to arginine and generates additional nitric oxide. Meanwhile, pomegranate's protective antioxidants extend the lifespan of that nitric oxide. Combined, they spark a cascade effect in your bloodstream. Imagine a 3-lane expressway suddenly clearing after decades of congestion. Men who've tried this blend frequently describe feeling warmth, steadiness, and a deep sense of vitality. Not anxious or overstimulated, just fully present and energized. Consume it roughly 60 minutes before intimacy for peak effects. Make it a regular habit, drinking it several times weekly, and your baseline circulation will keep climbing. You'll experience sharper energy, quicker recovery, and enhanced mental clarity throughout your day. Some guys tell me it feels like reconnecting with a version of themselves they'd written off years ago. Here's what makes this special. You don't have to wait weeks for changes. The benefits begin within hours. And the more consistently you use it, the more powerful the effects become. Once your circulation awakens, your body recalls how it's designed to function. But what if you push this even further? Incorporating these drinks not just occasionally, but as part of your everyday routine. That's when genuine transformation takes hold. Most men miss this key insight. These drinks aren't just for special occasions. They retrain your body to operate at a higher level every single day. Nitric oxide isn't a fleeting chemical spike. It's woven into your body's ongoing internal signaling. When you supply your blood vessels with the right nutrients consistently, they evolve. They begin generating nitric oxide more naturally. They become more elastic, and they remain dilated for longer stretches. Your everyday circulation elevates as a result. Even when intimacy isn't on the agenda, you'll feel the shift. You'll rise in the morning with greater vitality. Post-workout recovery accelerates. Your extremities stay warm because blood finally moves through your body without restriction. Research confirms that men who consume beetroot or pomegranate juice daily for multiple weeks develop more resilient, reactive blood vessels. Their blood pressure normalizes, their endurance climbs, and their self-assurance comes back. Think of it like compound growth for your physiology. Every glass reinforces the previous one. You're not just optimizing tonight's performance, you're reconstructing your body's infrastructure for the long haul. Here's a daily protocol I suggest. Start your morning with a small glass of pomegranate juice, around 8 ounces. This establishes better vascular health for the entire day. Mid-afternoon, add a beetroot shot or a mini smoothie featuring fresh watermelon. This maintains elevated nitric oxide levels, keeps your vessels dilated, and sustains strong circulation. When you anticipate intimacy later, return to the complete triple booster formula. Now your body isn't beginning from scratch. It's already activated, responsive, and prepared. Men who maintain this routine often report they don't just feel physically stronger, they feel mentally sharper, more vibrant, more authentically themselves. But there are two additional natural drinks that can deepen this transformation even more. One accelerates blood recovery, while the other enhances your focus and composure. Let's explore those next. Time to introduce two hidden weapons that most men never consider. Tart cherry juice ranks among nature's most concentrated sources of melatonin. You probably associate melatonin exclusively with sleep, but it also served as a potent guardian for your vascular system. It assists your body in repairing the endothelium, the delicate inner layer of your arteries, during sleep. It also shields nitric oxide from degradation throughout the night. When you consume a modest glass of Tart cherry juice a couple of hours before turning in, you're doing more than preparing for quality rest. You're elevating tomorrow's circulation simultaneously. Think of it as overnight maintenance for your cardiovascular system. Now let's shift to your daytime champion, green tea. Green tea doesn't manufacture nitric oxide on its own. What it does is optimize how your body utilizes it. The star ingredient here is EGCG, which shields the enzyme responsible for nitric oxide production from oxidative stress. This means the nitric oxide circulating in your system lasts longer and performs more effectively. On top of that, green tea delivers L-theanine, an amino acid that soothes your mind without causing drowsiness. When L-theanine combines with green tea's modest caffeine content, something remarkable happens. You experience alert calmness. That composed confidence is precisely what men benefit from before intimacy. Here's a simple blend worth trying. Steep 2 robust cups of green tea. Allow them to cool, then combine with 8 ounces of pure pomegranate juice. Toss in some ice if you prefer. I call this the endothelial health blend. A beverage that nourishes your blood vessels, enhances mental clarity, and sustains healthy nitric oxide levels from morning to night. At this point, we've covered your pre-intimacy drinks, your daily circulation protocol, and your recovery formula. But there's one final element that can determine success or failure. Something so fundamental that most men completely ignore it. Proper hydration. Let me explain why it's more critical than you realize. Before you consume any of these potent beverages, understand this essential principle. Nothing functions properly when you're dehydrated. Picture your blood as water flowing through a garden hose. Without sufficient volume, even the widest hose can't generate adequate pressure. Your body operates the same way. When fluid levels drop, so does your blood volume. And once that occurs, your circulation, vitality, and physical readiness all decline. Here's the solution. In the hours leading up to intimacy, consume roughly 16 to 24 ounces of water. Not immediately beforehand, but 2 to 3 hours in advance. This time frame allows your body to absorb the fluid, restore volume, and prime your system for optimal flow. Then, when you're ready for your nitric oxide booster, your blood possesses the volume and force needed to deliver results. Just don't go overboard. Consuming excessive water right before activity can leave you feeling uncomfortably full or mentally scattered. Hydration requires balance, not overload. Now here's something that might surprise you. Temperature plays a role. When you consume ice-cold juice, your body responds with temporary blood vessel constriction. That's why I consistently advise my clients to keep beverages at room temperature or just mildly cool. Frigid liquids can briefly tighten your vessels. Room temperature keeps them open and prepared. Timing is equally important. Most of these beverages, particularly beetroot, watermelon, and the triple blend, deliver peak performance when consumed roughly 60 minutes before intimacy. That's when nitric oxide reaches its highest concentration in your bloodstream. However, individual responses vary. Some men experience optimal results after 45 minutes, while others find 90 minutes works best. Test different windows and discover your ideal timing. Keep in mind that with these natural enhancers, exceeding the recommended amount doesn't multiply benefits. Follow the suggested ranges: 8 to 16 ounces of beetroot juice, 7 to 10 ounces of pomegranate, 12 to 16 ounces of watermelon. Going beyond these amounts doesn't enhance effectiveness. It simply adds unnecessary sugar and calories. So let me summarize. Maintain proper hydration, serve your drinks at room temperature, and consume them approximately 1 hour before intimacy. Follow these guidelines and you'll notice the difference, not just in physical response, but in mental confidence as well. Now we've reached what I promised from the beginning, the core insight that connects everything into one straightforward, transformative practice. Let's synthesize everything, gentlemen, because what we've explored today transcends individual drinks or isolated moments. This is about reclaiming something profound: your circulation, your self-assurance, and your sense of mastery. Here's what matters. Your body retains the capacity to function like it did in your younger years. You simply need to remind it how. When you supply the proper nutrients: beetroot for nitric oxide generation, pomegranate for preservation, watermelon for amplification, cherry juice for overnight repair, and green tea for focused composure, you're reconstructing the foundation of your energy, vitality, and masculine essence. Begin here. 1 hour before intimacy, consume your triple nitric oxide booster: 8 ounces beetroot, 6 ounces watermelon, 4 ounces pomegranate. Serve it at room temperature. Maintain hydration, breathe steadily. Then allow your physiology to activate. You'll experience warmth spreading through your body. You'll feel energized. You'll feel genuinely present. When you incorporate this consistently, a portion of pomegranate each morning, beetroot or watermelon mid-afternoon, cherry juice before bed, you'll begin witnessing lasting improvements. Your circulation strengthens, your vitality rebounds, and your confidence resurges powerfully. This isn't pharmaceutical intervention. It's collaboration with your natural biology. Men who adopt this practice often share something striking with me. They stop obsessing over performance anxiety and rediscover genuine intimacy. That's the authentic strength of these natural enhancers. They don't just support your physiology, they restore your sense of self. Here's my challenge for you. Implement the 1-hour ritual once this week, just one time. Then return and share your experience. Leave a comment below. Did you notice increased energy, enhanced blood flow, or elevated confidence? If you have questions about health, hormones, or circulation, post them in the comments section. I personally review each one and address them in upcoming videos. If this information resonated with you, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and pass it along to another man who deserves to feel powerful again. Your peak years aren't in the past. They're waiting for you to reactivate your body's potential. Let us know in the comments what kind of research you'd like to see in our next video, and support us. Health Guide.